Hello, YouTube. Yes, another walking video. Yep, you know me. I do cardio 7 days a week, guys. 7 days a week of just pure walking. So, yeah, I mean, gotta get that cardio in, man. I'm telling you. Um, yeah, so what am I gonna talk about today, honestly? Like, yesterday, talked about Shogun, X-Men 97. Um, The last video I did about personal stuff, personal drama, health concerns. Yeah, today I want to keep it lighthearted. I really want to keep it lighthearted because I'm trying to stay positive. You know, life is good. I'm alive. I'm healthy, sort of healthy. Working on that. But yeah, it's about 48 degrees today. It's a lot colder than yesterday. Jesus, that's why I'm in a kind of like a hoodie style. Got my headphones because I was listening to music. Music is life. Music is how I walk. With music, I could literally walk anywhere and everywhere. I swear to God, with music on, I don't get tired. I feel like music is the only thing that anchors me, honestly. And yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I did find a new show to watch. It's kind of funny. It's on Amazon Prime. It's an 8 episode miniseries, and it's called My Undead Yukai Girlfriend. It's, I believe it's Japanese or Korean. I'm not certain from the language. It sounds Japanese. And there's Asian actors. So I'm either South Korean or actually Japanese. One of those two. I gotta look it up because I could be badly representing them. But yeah, it is an Asian show. It's very funny. It's very funny. Got some nice action in it. Got some little bit of horror gore. But yeah, it's real funny. It's about this kid, this college university guy who wants to have a girlfriend for some odd reason. He wants to have a girlfriend, and he does this love ritual to kind of like a love spell. He's trying to do this love spell to get a girlfriend, and he unknowingly releases a 500-year-old yukai, which she's kind of like a sort of like a demon, I guess, sort of like a demon. She's like a demon fox. I mean, she looks like a kitsune, honestly, between her powers and stuff like that. She honestly feels like a kitsune. But yeah, she's a demon fox, and this is where the comedy comes in because she instantly wants to have intercourse with him. Like throughout the entire first episode, her main thing is she needs to have sex with him. She needs to have intercourse with him because if she doesn't, by the end of the day, she will like cease to exist or disappear or something like that. She will cease to exist. So she like tries to get at him. He kind of actually resists her advances, which is kind of funny because I thought he would be like quickly jump her bone too. But apparently he's a decent guy. He doesn't just want a girlfriend for the physical sexual aspect of it. He wants a girlfriend for a companionship as well. Like he wants a serious relationship as well. That's why he's looking for a girlfriend, because he wants a serious relationship. And yeah, there is a slow burner. The first episode is a slow burner. I think by episode 2 because I'm up to episode 4, so I'm about halfway there. But yeah, it really picks up. It picks up in the episode, especially towards the end, because at the end of the episode, they go to this party and they eventually do have sex in the closet, which is the most hilarious thing. It's very tame. Like this is very like PG, so there's no nudity involved. Nothing is showing. So it's very PG, but it's just a hilarious thing. Like like his facial expressions are like so hilarious. Yeah, picked the bad trail today because they're doing construction. Well, yeah, like it's so hilarious. It is. And then she gets her full powers back. And it turns out that now that they had intercourse, they are pretty much bonded for life. Their spirits are bonded together for all eternity. And if she dies, he dies. And if he dies, she dies. And she's like, yeah, more so you will probably be the one to die first, which is kind of hilarious. And like she could teleport, she has magical powers, and stuff like that. And apparently, we learn later on in like episode three, I think, more or less, episode three, that yeah, her mission is to kill these five guardians to basically save her fellow yokai that were unjustly killed and captured by the human race. Gotta love. They put the human race as always these evil people. Like it's always the humans' fault. Humans do everything bad. Like humans cause the destruction of planet Earth. In every post-apocalyptic version of the game, humans created artificial intelligence to basically kill each other, and like humans are always bad. In every single series I watch, it's always the human race that is the issue, and demons and everything that humans perceive as evil are actually good, and humans are the bad. It's kind of hilarious. Like I love that part. Like humans are the cause and root of all evil. Before humans existed, there was no evil in the world. Humans created evil. Like that's like the definition of like every single show depicting a battle between like the human race and like demons. Like demons aren't bad. It's the humans' fault. But yeah, like it's the funny thing is because she discovers that the kid who's hosting the party is the descendant of one of the clansmen that basically put the seal on her and her actually on her people basically. And she freezes him and she cuts off his head. And it's the most hilarious thing because she's like, she's from 500 years in the past, so she doesn't know about modern things and modern laws and stuff like that. So she's like, so does anybody know where there's an ice cave so I could hide this head and put it for like a ceremony? And it's just hilarious because he's like all horrified, like, oh my god, you just killed a person. She's like, I just killed a bad person. And it's like so funny. And it's like episode 2, him and his friend are trying to find a way to banish her back into the shadow realm or wherever she's from. And it's like he sort of likes her. He really wants the relationship to work, but she's kind of chopping people's heads off. Not like randomly, but she has a hit list, and her mission, her whole sole purpose of existence is the hit list. So like she has a job to do, and it's so funny because it's like she does this dance for him, and because she's trying to cement a relationship. So actually, she's like, oh, let's have an engagement ritual and stuff like that to solidify the actually bond. And she goes to what I believe it's her hometown from 500 years ago, but actually modern, because she sees these two girls doing this dance, and apparently she was like, oh, this dance survived even to this day. So I'm assuming from that context that this town is basically like from her hometown or actually close to it, and the dance is from her time period. But then she goes to the beach and she sees these people like, modern breakdancing and a modern dance. And she's like, so she creates this dance, and it's like a blend of like her traditional dance of like engagement ceremony with like the modern blend because she's trying to please him in her own way. And it's so like crazy. And it's so funny because they try to do this ritual to like banish her, and it goes wrong. Like nothing happens, and she gets rightfully upset. I'm like, yeah, I will get upset too. Like, I did nothing bad here, and they're trying to banish her just because he kind of didn't read the fine print of the ritual. It is kind of a disrespect to her. Like you should have read the fine print of the ritual instead of just doing a mindless ritual. And he gives her a cell phone and crazy. Episode 3 is where it starts to really, really get story driven heavy. Like it really starts to get story driven heavy because we get to see, I guess, the antagonist. Because even though she's a demon fox, she's not like the antagonist. So we meet the antagonist and they get into this battle. And this is where, for a low budget series, because this series looks low budget. It does not look high budget. It looks very low budget. You can tell by the CGI and some of the special effects. But the fight choreography is actually decent. And the fight scenes are actually well done. It was well done. I was actually shocked. I was honestly pleasantly surprised. Because I honestly thought like this was like, typical, like an ecchi series maybe, where they're going to lean more on the sexual aspect and the comedy and humor and stuff like that. Fan service type stuff. But they actually are doing good fight scenes. Like this was very well done. I mean, it was cool, and the teleporting that they did was actually good, even with the cheesy CGI. Even with the low budget CGI, it honestly was bad. The fight choreography was actually decent. I was actually shocked, and it was actually good, and it makes you intrigued. Like it honestly does, because it makes you want to learn more. Because she's on this mission, and she doesn't seem like a bad person. She seems like somebody that is consumed by revenge and consumed by grief and revenge. And she's doing this because of a sense of duty, a sense of purpose. She doesn't see this as wrong. She sees this as just. Like this is justified because of what they did to my friends, my family, me. So it's like in her eyes, this is like, it is right. It isn't wrong. And I like that he's trying to find an alternative to her killing. Like, you don't have to kill. Like, you don't have to kill people. So it's like, it's a nice dynamic because it shows off, like, he's not really such a bad guy. Like, he's not using her just for sex. Like, he really cares for her. He's starting to fall in love with her. They share the intimate moment. He sees intercourse and sex as something special that should be cherished. So he's not really a bad guy. And, when she shows up to him injured from her battle, he is very concerned about her. And, throughout the episode, I think we're in episode 3 or 4. Yeah, I think this is episode 4 because she has to fight in episode 3. So this is episode 4 where it kind of slows things down to back a bit. I'm pretty sure 5, 6, 7, 8 is going to pick it back up again because we're getting more details about the main antagonists and the villains and stuff like that. So I don't want to keep on spoiling it too much. But yeah, I mean, I was not expecting this series to be interesting. It is interesting. So I'm probably going to keep on watching it. So I don't know if I'm going to binge the rest of the episodes today because I have actual work to do. I got to finish these projects that I'm on. Yeah, I'm actually creating an outline for a comic book series. Don't ask me why. It's going to be for my Patreon people. So yeah, I'm creating a Patreon store for my Patreons, more so for the free ones. I feel like since they're free, they're not really getting content because they're free members. So doing something for them, making this comic book series digital, obviously only because Patreon doesn't allow physical items. It's just digital at the moment in their store. And I don't really have the finances to do physical items. I would love to have a physical issue of the comic book, but it is what it is. But yeah, so working on that. Wow, it's such a beautiful, like, even though it's cloudy outside, it is honestly such a beautiful day, guys. Like, this is why I like walking, like, because sometimes in like even on a crappy day, even when you're depressed and stuff like that, you can find beauty and like um nice things in like the most depressing places. Like, it's just crazy. Like, this it honestly is, because like last night, me and my friend, we were talking, and we were venting with each other, just expressing our frustrations and stuff like that. And a lot of stuff happened to her in her life, a lot of stuff happened to me in my life, and we kind of find a common bond in our shared frustration about stuff. And we're both moving forward from it. She's doing things her way, I'm doing things my way, and stuff like that. But what I realized is, like, stuff like this and channeling all that frustration that I'm going through in life, using it as fuel for my workouts and stuff like that, using it as fuel to help me stay focused on my projects and stuff like that. I feel like it's a better productive way to deal with my negative emotions instead of just wallowing in them, and sort of like a self pity way, kind of like, whining, like, hey, life sucks, and, I've been dealt a bad hand, and yeah, I may have been dealt a bad hand, but you know what? Screw it. I'm going to make the best out of this hand. And by the end of it, it's going to be a great hand. It's going to be the best hand that it could be. Is they threw lemons at my face, I'm going to make lemonade out of it. I'm going to find something positive in it and use it. It's a lot easier to say that in front of the camera, but, I guess in this context, you say it enough times, you're going to slowly start believing in your own BS. And as long as that BS is healthy and as good as not egotistical, like you're better than everybody else, things are gonna be, better. Things are going better. Yeah. So I got the outline done for the comic book. I don't know why. Like yesterday, like I just had this surge of like creativity, and yeah, man. When you got that surge of creativity, you have to write stuff down. You have to write stuff down, and I'm probably gonna write, because I still have this idea in my head for a simple web series that I'm probably going to bring out to the next filmmakers meeting. We finished the interview skit last week. It was awesome. And we're probably not going to have another meeting until the end of May, more or less. So I'm hoping to have those skits done by the end of May, at least the scripts for them. And probably going to present them in our next meeting. If it gets the vote, if not, well, back to the drawing board. It's the great thing about creativity. It's never done. It's never over. Like, nothing is a failure until you give up on it. Um, yeah, that's how I see it. Nothing is a failure until you give up on it, really, because it's like, if you don't give up on it, eventually you're going to find the right approach to it. But if you give up on it, you're never going to figure out why. You're never going to see it through. You're never going to see the potential of it. And you're always going to wonder, like, that shoulda, coulda, woulda thing. Like, you know what? This could have been great. It should have been great. It would have been great if I would have just not gave up on it and kept on with it. That's why it's like, you're never a failure until you give up. The day you give up on something, the day you stop fighting for it, you stop fighting for your dreams, you stop fighting, for your goals, your passion, you just stop fighting altogether, is the day you are really a failure. If you never give up, you're never going to fail, because you're always going to be moving forward. You're always going to find a way. You're always going to find a workaround to, succeeding, basically. And yeah, it is great. Like, trying to have this more positive mentality, it's really it's really hard, because it's really hard to have a positive outlook, especially when you've been touched by so much negativity. It's really hard, but sometimes you just have to have faith, I guess. Have faith in something grander, than the negativity that you're in right now. Dark times don't last forever. They may seem like it, because God knows they feel like it, and God knows we had our share moments of it. But yeah, I mean, dark times don't last forever. They just last as long as you see it. And I am trying to cross the street. They allow me to cross the street. Nope. Thank you so much, SUV. See, there are nice people in this world. Not everybody's trying to run you over. It's not as bad as New York traffic. I swear to God, I don't think there's nothing worse than New York traffic. I think LA, because I had a friend who used to live in like LA, and he said like LA traffic is the worst. And like we went to New York one time together, and this was years ago for a promotional thing to try to pitch an idea to a production company, and yeah, New York traffic is the worst. Like, there is no way. Like, that's why New York has the subway system, because traveling by car, it's like crazy. Like, you're either walking or you're taking the subway. Either one, because you're gonna be stuck in traffic forever. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, trying to get this video done, trying to get 2 videos done today. I'm probably gonna do the 2 videos first, because I'm pretty sure the lady is waiting for them. So I did promise her I was gonna get it done this week, though. So I'm probably gonna do those. Yeah, it's a little difficult because her cinematographer didn't really do a good job. He angled it wrong, and he didn't angle it the way she wanted. Total miscommunication, and things are shown in the video that she did not want shown. So I gotta find a way to mask it out and keyframe it, because she's constantly moving her head. So it's gonna take a while. But, price I pay for helping people. Helping people is never easy. So, I gotta do it. My word is my bond. I said I was gonna do it, so I took the challenge. Regardless of how difficult editing that video will be, I took the challenge. So, I got to give her 110%, just like I do every project. Just because I'm doing it for free doesn't mean that I get to slack off and give her a crappy product. Even if it's volunteer work, like even this volunteer work, or you're helping someone out, give it 110%. Never give a crappy output. That is my whole thing. Like, never give a crappy output. I remember every job I had, regardless of how low it was, I still gave it 110%. Because if you give less than 110%, I feel like it's a disrespect. It's a disservice to yourself. It's a disrespect to you, not just the people that you're working for or the person you're saying you're going to help, but more so like a disrespect to you. Like, you're not taking pride in yourself. You're not taking pride in it. You know, you should always take pride in everything that you do, regardless of what it is. Because at the end of the day, it's about you. It's about your self-worth and your self-esteem and stuff like that. And, you know, you should always give your best, regardless of what it is. You should always give your best. And I think that's where I'm going to end this video. You know, I'm almost done with the trail. And yeah, I'm going to put on some music and probably walk the rest of the way home. I'm probably going to take a shortcut and walk home from here. Because right now I'm in the crossroads. I could either go left and continue the trail or go right and exit. So I'm probably going to go right and exit. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want more walking and vlogging and me just rambling about the stuff I love and life and projects, yeah, that's where YouTube comes in and their beautiful algorithm. The like button, the share button, the subscribe button, that's what they're there for. Always comment. If you want more of these, I will gladly do more, because once again, I'm trying to incorporate more exercise, more cardiovascular, stuff like that to help with my physical conditioning. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and have an awesome day.